what would happen if Mega Man were fighting not against Robot Masters, but against Street Fighters. And there's not really any story involved. It's just sort of an interesting, what if scenario. And it makes use of classic Mega Man mechanics, but also integrates a whole lot of, I'll call it Street Fighter lore, Street Fighter mechanics to some degree. So things like matchups matter.
This game is in development before I get to them. I started out working on the game in 2008, around that time. Yeah. In the beginning, it's just for programming practice, and so I like Mega Man a lot, so I just use Mega Man sprites and try to program something. And once I reach the boss, at that time, 8-bit animations, 8-bit drawings are very popular. Yeah, so I tried making some animations with the sprites. Yeah, it was quite popular as well, so I tried putting Ryu into the game. Yeah, so after I put Ryu into the game, the stage is still very simple, it's blank. Yeah, and I started adding more details like the background, the castle, the enemies. Yeah, and I like how it goes, so I decided to further develop the game. Yeah, so after that, around early this year during Evo, so I went there and showed the game to many of the Capcom staff, and after showing like 5 of them, I managed to see Surfson, Christian, sorry, and then
sure,
yeah.
So Zhonghui comes up to our little booth, at Evo. I don't know if you've been to Evo, but we've got a bunch of stuff set up there, and he's bringing us this laptop, and I'm like, oh, odd, okay. So he shows us what it is, and I'm like, wow, this thing is really cool. And it's, at the same time, we were in the middle of, I won't say in the middle of, we some months earlier started beginning our Mega Man 25th anniversary planning. And, and we're obviously in the middle of our Street Fighter 25th anniversary celebration as it was happening. And sort of, I start connecting the dots and thinking, this could be perfect. So I asked him, can we bring a build back? And he hands me a couple discs and I said, I want to show this to some people. And the first person I wanted to show to was Brett, who is one of our 2 kind of Mega Man and Resident Evil, Mega Man experts who, really knows pixel by pixel what's up. He comes back to me and says, look, this is legit and super cool. We got to figure out how to do something. So I go back to Zhonghui and say, look, what I'd like to do is I want this to be kind of our close to the 25th and our opening of Street Fighter and our opening of the 25th of Mega Man. And we work out some business terms between the 2 of us. I start selling it up the chain in Japan and getting, look, we're going to do this promotional thing. It's going to be free. This is non-revenue generating. Let's work out the legal stuff between our entities that we need to do and work out all the trademark stuff, and away we went. So we basically put it all together as sort of this big love letter from fans to fans, really, and that's where the title is.
First, I tried to make the game like non-repetitive, so like I wouldn't want to put Ryu and Ken in the game because imagine both of them are in the game, then at the boss fight, one of them will appear to be repetitive and boring. So that's one of the area that I need to consider when designing any of the bosses. Yeah. So, and as for deciding which boss to be in the game, I will look into whether they are popular, the weapons, and because I want the weapons to be like there's some variety to it, and they have some resemblance of the old weapons. Yeah, some are completely new. Yeah, and what else? And I wanted all the existing Street Fighter brands to be inside as much as possible, like Street Fighter 2, 3, 4, and Alpha series.
And then in regards to kind of working Street Fighter magic into a Mega Man universe, like he was saying about repetition, a Mega Man boss a lot of times will have some kind of defined pattern, and you can exploit it very easily if you can get them really stuck in a fun loop and can really take advantage of it. And in this case, the bosses behave a lot closer to their Street Fighter counterparts. So one of the first surprise and delight moments when I was initially playing it was fighting Blanca, and it zooms in to do his Ultra, and I was like, wait, first of all, that's amazing to have Ultras, and then 2, as soon as he did the motion, as a Blanca player, I'm like, oh, he's going to do it's going to be lightning on the ground. Like I need to jump or I'm going to get hit. And my muscle memory totally worked. Like I jumped, lightning missed me, watermelons fell from the ground, and then the match continued. And then you fight Rose and you see her Soul Satellite come out, and it was just a lot of really cool, like, wow, my actual Street Fighter knowledge is helping me play a Mega Man game, and then having those two like parts of your brain talk to each other was really cool to be able to have both of them happening at the same time. I do know. Once the ball got rolling, we really did, since it was going to be an anniversary, almost a present basically, right before the holidays and on birthday, 25th birthday no less. Very good timing. We wanted to make sure. I'm sorry, what was the beginning? Too easy, that's what it was. We wanted to make sure like a typical player, whether they're experienced, never bothered playing Mega Man, but between the freeness, the mixing with Street Fighter, might want to try Mega Man for the first time ever or in 20 years. Wanted to make sure you'd be able to actually play through it and actually get through it. Now, a really seasoned player probably going to have easier time with this than, say, Mega Man 9, but someone who's maybe turned off by Mega Man 9 beating you into the ground, you'll probably be a little bit more pleasurable experience to play. But then there's always like Buster Run or speed running it. I mean, there's always stuff for expert players to play with as well.
As for the difficulty, I tried to have a variety of difficulties in the stages. Like some of them might be actually harder than the rest. Yeah. So I wanted that to be a spread of it. Like if you are slightly weaker, you may want to try the easier stage first. That kind of thing. Yeah. And yeah, so I just wanted, and initially some of the stages are harder. And we balance it every now and then. Yeah. Okay, I wanted a stage that is based on China theme, like yeah. So when I was doing the Chun-Li stage, Chun-Li wasn't considered to be the boss. I was considering like Yun or Yang, yeah. And I even tried implementing the maximum from them, like the shadow comes out, and whatever you do, it will be doubled. But in the end, we felt that like Chun-Li is more iconic to the series, yeah. And also I wanted a physical move in the game, yeah, because there's not many physical moves. Like there's in the past there's slide and the top man spins, yeah. But so I decided to put Chun-Li in so that I can do the lightning kick. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get into what happens like after the 8 bosses. Like that's not the end of the game. There will be a post Robot Master equivalent area. I mean, as is typical for most Mega Man, all Mega Man games, there's a tower area. As for what happens there, what bosses are there, that won't be there. We don't want to say just yet, but there was at one point a consideration for 12. To have some kind of appearance in there, and I think just for a variety of reasons, just to have a character that we can mention, I think 12 didn't end up making sense or have time, but there's still, the post 8 bosses area is still really cool and very well done. So yeah, as for when it's out, when it's available, December 17th on capcommunity.com/mega_man. That will be the download hosted there. It'll be just you click, a window will pop up, you'll download it for free, full game. It's linked as comparable to Mega Man 1 or 2. And while it is a free file and anyone can share it, give it to whoever, there's no strings attached to this, believe it or not. We do ask if you download it from us, we can track. We can tell numbers. We know how many people are looking, how many people are interested, and that's a very powerful tool, a piece of knowledge for us to have. So I would encourage everyone, please do share it, but also just right-click, open a new tab, and download it from us as well, so we can track it.